Hello, guys. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning in to Just Be Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. I am excited to be here with you guys. Going live, reading the energy for the upcoming week. These are timeless readings. I'm sorry, there's something caught in my throat. These are timeless readings. So whenever you stumble upon them, it was because you were called to. And in real time, it is about 10 days before Christmas, if you celebrate, or the holidays season. And we are shuffling for the overall energy for this reading. So let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, what does... Thank you. Can I have another card to start the reading, please, Spirit? I'm just getting another card to start this reading. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I just heard use this one. So we're talking about shadow work for this upcoming week. And I've been saying in my readings that although the holidays are upon us, not all of us enjoy the holidays like others. There's a triggering effect that the holidays can have on some people. And that's okay. It's okay to not feel in the holiday spirit. But the holidays come up every year. They're unavoidable. And for some of us, they're triggering because we have suppressed memories or actions that took place probably on or around the holidays. That's where we need to work on throughout the year is our shadow work. How can we grow as a person? How can we release these triggers that hold us down at certain times of the year? I'm going through something right now, although I love the holidays generally, but this year it's not so fun. I thank goodness for my grandkids because they kind of bring back that magic. But I have had to do a lot of healing, a lot of shadow work to be able to come up to this point of the year and get through it. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of effort. And it hasn't only been through one season, it's been through multiple seasons that I've had to work on this and throughout the year as well. So it's a time for starting to recognize maybe it's certain points of the year. It could be multiple points of the year that really trigger you and that we work on them and get through them so we can live as a light source, but also recognize those things that we went through, other people are going through as well. And if we share these stories and we feel like it's safe to share them with other people who we think might be going through the same type of situation, then it causes a healing effect. There's so much stigma on all these shadow things that we have inside of us. But so many people are dealing with so many multiple things that it's important that people understand and recognize that they shouldn't be shamed by these instances that happen to them. They should want to discover them and work through them and let them go so they can be healed and share that healing with other people and not let it get to the next generation. All right, so let's go ahead and move on from tarot. But shadow work is going to be really, really necessary going throughout this week. Maybe you can use some of your coping mechanisms that you've learned through through introspection, reflection, and to get through this week, to get through the next 10, 20 days that we need to get through, and rely on people. Tell people how you're feeling. They might be feeling the exact same way. Not everybody is feeling, on top of the world at Christmas. And it's a time for gatherings and a time for coming together, and a time to be a light source. And if that, it means you sharing with people so they can talk about it, or they can have you talk about it if you feel like they're a safe place, it does make a difference when you realize that you're not the only one who's gone through these things or are going through these things. Okay, so to start off the reading, we have the Lovers, also known as the Choice card in early tarot. King of Swords in the reverse, and the Two of Swords in the reverse. And I just heard there's a lot of things that need to be said, but you aren't. Now, why is that? I feel like there's, you're holding back an explanation or some kind of feelings, there's something you've been meaning to tell somebody. Now, I do get a sense of there not being enough clarity to do that. You might not have heard from the source of whatever it is that message you have to deliver. But I feel like you're trying to keep tell somebody that you need to sit down and have a discussion. But you're putting that off. Which is unlike the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is very blunt, very to the point, very smart. The King of Swords uses their words precisely. This might be somebody who is keeping an eye on you. This could be somebody, if you're looking for another job, it could be somebody looking at your resume, checking out you out on social media. Maybe this is somebody coming back to town, seeing what you're into or what you're doing. Maybe you've invited a bunch of people to get together from the old neighborhood or something along those lines. Maybe they want to reach out to you, but they don't feel like they're stuck for what they would say or how they would go about it. And for others, I see like you're seeking clarity on something before you can make a decision. But I do feel you spending a lot of time with your, I just heard the word cohorts. Your family, your friends, people who matter to you the most. So, you guys might be coming together. Obviously, the holidays, like I said, are upon us, so you guys might be getting a lot of invites to places. Spirit, what else does the collective need to know for their greatest good? Thank you. Excuse me while I fetch that. Okay, so there's a sense of waiting this week. Waiting. Somebody put you on hold. Somebody's pushing you off. You have to wait for something that you desire. Might be waiting for our messages to come through. Okay, so today this reading, this live, is the last full moon of December, called the cold moon, and it is full in Gemini. So this could be about change. This could be about bringing new changes into the new year. This is about putting your best foot forward. I feel like there's a lot of emotion involved in. I feel like it's a very emotional week for a lot of people. And like I said in the beginning, like I know it is. It's a triggering thing, but it could also be emotional because, you see the magic of the holidays, the happiness that it could bring. But I'm also hearing that there are at some point you might need to bite your tongue or to think about what you're saying, like check yourself. Okay, so now we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Another card about having your hands full, being overwhelmed with something perhaps. But in the reverse, it's like letting go of something. Letting go of toxicity, I just heard. Letting go of caring what people think. Letting go of expectations. The gifts you get might be not what you expected, but they are going to be for your best good, your best interest. Some of you might want to look out for things that you have been manifesting. They might not be coming to you as you've desired, but they are coming to you. So keep your heart open. Release those expectations of, what's supposed to happen at a family gathering or what's supposed to be, or, not every function or get together goes out exactly how it's supposed to be planned. And we all know that. That's why there's family drama. That's why we have great stories that are based on the holidays. So it's like we all know that things don't always turn out how we want them to. And it's a very humbling effect when it doesn't. So I think Spirit wants us to all understand that, all realize that just because something doesn't turn out the way you want it to in and over the holidays doesn't mean that it's not perfect. Doesn't mean it's not exactly how it was supposed to be. Somebody might ruffle your feathers, but that might get you thinking about something. That might get you thinking and open your mind about something. Maybe you needed to hear whatever statement they said because it gets you into your brain and thinking about things, opening your mind and your horizons. So just keep in mind when you are releasing these things, to release the expectations of certain things as well. Yes, we all want what we want. We all want a happy ending. We want things to go as planned. And we spend a lot of time and a lot of energy getting our homes prepared and food prepared and presents to give. But there's so many that do without, that no matter what happens, if we're spending time with the people we love, it's more than a lot of people will ever have. Okay? So this is just a reminder to look at the things in your life already. Just take a few moments over the week to realize what you do have. The Nine of Cups represents emotional happiness. Okay? A lot of times when we're not happy, it's because we're focusing on one thing we're in lack of. A relationship, money, um, a better job, a better career. It's usually that one thing that's making us happy, but do we look at the multiple things in our lives that make us happy throughout the day? It's time to dwell on that and see why this card came out. This card came out for a reason. Okay, so it's a energy to focus on what we do have, all of the things that make us emotionally happy, the things that we can pinpoint every day that we take for granted. It's like, yeah, our kids can make us angry at time to time. You know, they could get in a whole heap of trouble at times. But it's like we still have them in our lives. You know, we might not be able to feed ourselves, or maybe it's not a good week and we're only eating peanut butter and jelly for the last 3 days of the week. But we know enough to survive until, you know, things do get better. There are so many blessings that we have that just because we don't have the same thing that our neighbors do doesn't mean we are not completely blessed in different ways. Let's see if there's anything else. What else is there, Spirit, for this week? The Hanged Man in reverse just came out. It's like you guys aren't seeing and it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to see the, especially this time of year. Because there's so many things that like people are, you know, either asking for money for or donations to, or, you know, you want to do things with your own family or trying to save for that. And it's like, you know, the boss needs a present, this manager needs a present, this person, we're collecting for this. And, you know, and it's hard to see the enlightenment, to see the big picture at times. It's hard to not want to call it a day. You know, like in the upright, this card is about being enlightened and understanding and seeing things from a different point of view and having an open mind and an open heart. And I know that this time of year it's hard. I know that this time of year it is not easy to see all those things. Especially now, there's so many people who are suffering because of the economy. So many small businesses are suffering. So many have gone out of business. It's hard to see things from a different point of view. It's hard to get that encouragement, that enlightenment, to understand and open your heart when things aren't going your way. But Spirit's saying be positive. This is a time to not give up. Being positive and giving love is a must. You know, it's like the world is on fire. But we have to take that fire and light up our lives, light up each other's lives, so we can stay true to the people and the things that matter to us, which should be love, loving people, helping people. And if you can't do that through monetary means, do it through, lending an ear to a friend, or, helping somebody who drops something. It doesn't have to be these big, ginormous gifts. Help somebody do something little and keep that energy rolling. Because that person will want to do it for the next person, and on to the next person, and on to the next person. And all we have to do is keep that flow going. And that's the big picture. That's what people need to do. So, yes, not everybody's seeing the big picture. Not everybody is keeping an open mind and an open heart in these times. But wouldn't it be nice to try? Maybe it can be a resolution or something, to try to keep an open mind and an open heart and see the significance of things for other people. Like, try to understand why they're doing what they're doing, their thought process on certain situations, and see where it stems from and what they're doing. Maybe we can be teachers. All right, Spirit, I see it. Okay, so I do see that it's going to be rough before it gets better, as weeks always do. Monday starts off a little rocky, but then we keep paddling through, and we get through those calmer times. But this weekend, this isn't a weekend reading, but I do feel like it's going to be a busy one for a lot of us. It's getting closer, tying things up, making sure all those crafts are done. I'm a crafter, so if gotta make sure everything gets their thing, everybody gets their certain craft or whatnot. I love upcycling and doing that kind of thing. So you never know with me what you're gonna get, if I'm feeling inspired or not. But there is a blockage for some of you. Okay? Some of you might be stuck in a cycle, is what I just heard for this week. Yeah, like I just said, the spontaneity isn't there. This is, like I said, this is shadow work. This is the holiday season not being for everybody, not being in the spirit. And I feel like it's going to be a hard one this year. I'm having trouble getting there. I know a lot of people are. So have grace with yourself. Okay? That you're going to get through it. All right, let's see if there's any other messages before I move on to the next deck. What other messages are there? Thank you. Ooh, the Empress. So now for some of you, the next week is going to be about growth, bringing it forward. This could also be about pregnancy, growing your family. So if you don't want that to happen, make sure you are taking precaution. For others of you, it's a great time of year. It's a great time for you to start having or thinking about having a family. This is about success and abundance coming into your life. This is about working hard and growing yourself. And keeping the people that you love and care about growing and making sure they're learning through your examples. I'm just hearing hard work and growth and going with the flow and seeing things from a higher point of view are all things that are needed for this week. For you to reach this abundance. All right, so I am shuffling this deck for a couple of messages from Spirit before we close out. All right, Spirit, messages. Thank you. Eat nutritious food is the first message that we got. It's a hard time of year to do that, but this is what Spirit's calling us to do, is remember to stay healthy through the holidays, through this next week. It's important that all of us have our rest and we're fueled well. Okay, get moving. Stay active. Get what you need to get done. Get in some extra steps into your day. Do more of what makes you feel good. So that's going to resonate a little differently for everybody. Maybe you're dancing, maybe you're exercising, maybe you're running, maybe you're playing music, maybe you are painting. But whatever makes you feel good, maybe you're mothering, maybe you are taking care of your grandkids, maybe you are sewing or creating. Reevaluate your priorities. That's a big one for people. Recognize where your priorities are and put them into order. I feel like that's an important one for a lot of people. What else do we have? Thank you. And we have speak up for yourself. Like I said, maybe somebody needs to hear you and your point of view, and maybe you can be a teacher and let somebody know your feelings on something. And maybe they could understand more of what you're about and in turn learn. Okay, let's see what we have from this one. Now, then this deck, it's messages from the person that pops into your head, who you're thinking about. So let's see what cards come out for this deck. All right, Spirit, what messages do we have? What message do we have? Thank Thank you. No. Okay. Finding out the truth crushed me. Uh-oh. We have I lost myself for a little while. So take these as they resonate. The messages aren't going to all resonate for one person. We need to let each other go. I wish I could take back my words. Oops, and I just dropped one. Sorry. Oh, golly. Ooh, this is a positive one. I'm becoming a better person. And I want to be more than friends. All right, so I am going to end the reading on that note. I hope you guys do well for this week. I'll probably be back on Thursday for the weekend reading. I hope you guys have an eventful week in a good way, and that you stay out of trouble and be safe. And please click on like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell that will let you know when I am going live or posting new readings. I would love it for you guys to join in when I go live more often. I can feel a lot more energy. It gets a lot more exciting. So please do that, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, guys.